But we are live. Oh, but Ace always
Look at
shows
Ace.
up. Oh, he's
Ace
about
is
to
in
go
the house.
live.
He knew.
Of course. But he's about to go live. The WBC. Did the US lose?
Yeah,
yesterday?
US lost 8-6. Bryce Harper at the plate with the game-winning run, and Bryce Harper did what Bryce Harper does in the playoffs lately, and Bryce Harper did not. Now, the entire Team United States, it rests on the shoulders of a Philadelphia Philly to start the game tonight. Aaron Nola, starting for Team Italy, holds the hopes of the United States advancing in his hands. I'm terrified of that prospect.
Yeah.
Not a good, it's not good to see. I'm just going to tell you from experience.
When the country is relying on Philly to bail you out, you might be done.
Listen, if the country was relying on Zach Wheeler, you wouldn't have a problem. But the country is relying on Aaron Nola. That's a problem. He was not good last year.
Yeah.
Ace knows what's up with that.
Yeah. I show up to support, but the US ain't winning the WBC. I mean, they're stacked, but so is everybody else.
Yep.
But speaking of stacked, we had SmackDown.
We did.
And because you got to leave a little bit early tonight because you have, I'm hearing myself and I hate it.
I only hear you normal, but yes, I have.
I know.
I have a champion. Game one of the finals for this league starts tonight.
Turn myself down.
And they started at 9:30, which is just horrible.
Can you hear me?
I hear you.
All right, perfect. Now I can't hear myself because I don't like hearing myself.
Gotcha.
As I speak. It's driving me crazy because it's a delay.
Yeah.
Now we're good.
Yeah.
All right. I apologize. I was trying to fix that thing. So SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
Because you do have to jet. We're not going to go through every single match because they don't really have that many matches there. But we will go through what we really enjoyed about SmackDown. And SmackDown was pretty enjoyable. It wasn't a bad SmackDown. I don't think either episode of wrestling this week from WWE was particularly bad. But one was just head and shoulders above the other to me. I do think one was a lot better because of the flow of action between the matches in the show, and just one person in particular just elevates one of the shows.
Are you talking about CM Punk?
You know it. you know it. I'm talking about Phil. But we'll talk about our top moments of SmackDown. So we'll start with you. What is your number 3 top moment of SmackDown, or what was some of your favorite things about SmackDown?
I put 6 down, and they can kind of go back and forth between the good and the bad ones. So I'll start at the end of the night. The Cody Drew match was good. It was predictable, but it was good. It was not listed as a no DQ, but there was no DQ.
Because why would there be?
There needed to be a winner, and we know, and all the backstage stuff aside, and all the Cody went to this one, and this they've known that this was going to happen since February, and Drew's going to film Highlander, whatever. I don't care about any of that stuff. I watched the wrestling match, and the wrestling match wasn't bad. They gave him a good 20, almost 30 minutes at the end of the show, and they beat the shit out of each other.
As they normally will do.
Absolutely. But it set up 2 storylines that should have been going along to begin with. It just took a little bit too long to get there. You set up Jacob and Drew, which should have been a thing all along, and you set up Cody and Randy, which should have been a thing all along.
This entire time, I really thought that they were gonna go with a multi-man match. I thought
Same.
they were gonna go with Jacob, Drew, Cody, and then once Randy won the Royal Rumble, it's like okay, now it's a four way, right?
Right.
Because I thought Cody was going to win. I really did think Cody was going to win the Rumble.
It's a weird way that they got here. Like Randy wins the Elimination Chamber to go fight
Oh,
Drew.
I'm sorry, yeah, Elimination Chamber.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's a weird way. Like Cody got pinned in the Elimination Chamber, so he does not get a title shot. But Cody then gets the title in a title shot on SmackDown a month or so before WrestleMania to now go to WrestleMania to fight Randy.
You know what this feels a lot like to me?
What?
The Rock coming back and taking Cody's title shot.
Yes,
That's what this feels like. It's so random, and it logically it doesn't make sense. But at the same time, it's like, hey, you're wrestling fans, you love Cody, so let's go with it.
And it does, but it feels like it without the buildup that The Rock, that story had. The Rock with Cody, like they built that.
Well, no, but when he first came and Cody just gave him his title shot, that's what I mean. That moment when he just took, hey, I'm giving up my title shot to The Rock. That's what, because that match came out of nowhere. Elimination Chamber happened on Saturday. The next Friday, you're having this match, and it's like, okay. I mean, it is what it is. I don't get too hung up over it because I knew this was going to happen. I didn't even watch it. I was tuned out. I was playing WWE 2K because I knew it was going to happen, and I was just like, I don't care.
I was
checked out.
I'm pretty sure I was watching it on TV, and I was playing Slay Aspire 2 on my computer while I was going on.
Yeah, it just I knew it was going to happen. If Drew would have won, I would have been surprised, and then I would have went back and watched the match.
Right.
But because I knew Cody was going to win, it was just like, okay. I mean, Cody.
It was a good match. Mm-hmm. They did each other's finishers, and yeah, it was cool. Well, yeah. Cody stole Rhodes' finisher, but you know, it's fine. It happened. We knew it was going to happen. Now, for the first time in I don't know how long, both titles, it's 4 baby faces at the moment. It's 4 baby faces.
I think we'll still have 4 baby faces going into.
I think we will, but I think Raw's going down a path that I'm kind of leery on, but we'll get there. What about you? So I put Cody and Drew down
as your number 3.
As my number 3.
My number 3 was Johnny's back. Johnny Wrestling's back. As we said, because they listened to the show, Johnny woke up, and it was so funny because he had the mark of the crate he was laying on his face as he got up and was talking to Candace. And I found that to be hilarious. He walks down to the ring and says, Johnny Wrestling's back. I don't care who's in the back. Bring him out here. He didn't have his gear on either, which was even funnier. Like he's in jeans and a t-shirt and a jacket. And then Oba's music hits and his face just goes. It's stuff like that I just love about wrestling because it makes no sense, but it's so much fun.
No,
right?
And you knew that's who was going to come down.
I knew it. And
it was great.
It was.
I have that in my. Like I said, I put 6 moments down. I have that at number 4. Actually, I kind of did them in order of how they showed up in the show.
Yeah, no, that was just because one, I do want Johnny Wrestling back, and I think we're going to get him back. I think he's going to win the crowd over, and we're going to get an organic turn, not just like, oh, I'm back, and now he's just automatically a good guy, because he still they have to tell a story with him in order for the fans to actually care about him again, because he's kind of gone down a rabbit hole of mediocrity over the last few, the last year, I guess, since that 6-pack challenge of WrestleMania last year.
Yeah.
Which is one of my negatives that I'll get to when we actually get to the negatives. What do you have as your number 2?
Number 2, everything with Danhausen. Everything with Danhausen, which easily
I
could have
didn't
been
even.
number one. Every
Yes.
look, I said it. I said it last week. I think I didn't get it when he debuted. I didn't know him. I hadn't followed him. I didn't get it. I'm all in. All in. If we were to do a top three every week, I guarantee he would be at least number three almost every week right now.
I completely forgot about him and the Miz.
That was
And while I hated the Miz with Carmelo Hayes, I would love
yep.
for him to just stalk the Miz and as his mentee. For
Yes.
the,
Yeah.
that's comedy gold.
The way R-Truth thought he was in the Judgment Day,
Yes.
Danhausen should follow the Miz around like the Miz is his mentor. Yes, that exactly. And the time when they cross paths is going to be gold.
Yes. It was great. That was a great moment because Danhausen, like I said, you want to talk about somebody, making lemonade out of lemons. He did because, and you were like everybody who, well, not everybody because he's from Chicago, so a lot of the Chicagoans knew who he was.
Okay.
They know, like most of the Chicago wrestling fans are wrestling fans. Like when
Right.
they go to Chicago, like Punk book Chicago. He like Roman says, Punk will draw Chicago no matter what. And
Sure.
those guys are generally rabid wrestling fans. And I just think he was in such a bad spot because of it's
Yeah.
after the Punk match. Everybody's still on a Punk high, and now you have the men's elimination chamber, and then you have this weird random thing in the middle of it. I just thought it should have been like a pre-show thing. I think
Yeah.
it would have worked better on a pre-show because it would have taken the pressure off of it being on the main show and taken up a spot and taking up time when people are just ready for the chamber, right?
Right. It was a
People want
very bad
carnage.
spot. Or
Yeah,
even if you did it at the very beginning of the show before the women. No, you're right. The pre-show would have
yeah,
been better because
yeah.
the women having to follow. That's there
Because you
was
bring
no
them
big
down. You bring the because it was a quick segment too. He didn't even speak. Like it would
no.
have been different if he came out there and speak or just threw t-shirts out there like he did eventually. Like uh, I mean, he could have done anything, but it was so random. It was just him walking to the ring, and then the weak pyro. It's comedy. Like if
Yeah.
you know Danhausen, like I thought it was fine because I understood what they were trying to get. But since then, he's been great, and
Yeah.
everybody they fall in love with. Before he came to WWE, he was the top merch seller period of all. Like he's been he's AEW's top merch seller. He's been AEW's top. He hasn't wrestled on AEW in probably like a year or something like that before he got released.
Right.
But he still sells merch because he's YouTube, he's on social media, he does everything organically, like
Right.
through crowd interaction. And now he's the WWE's top merch seller. Like this guy, he's printing the money. Like he is printing the money, and hopefully the fans don't turn on him because WWE fans have a bad habit of turning.
So apparently he the Usos tweeted at him today because he was wearing the Yeet shirt yesterday or Monday night, and he put pay for that, and Danhausen just replied free swag.
As he should. As he should.
Right.
I
But
work here. I get it for free.
I'm I'm fine with them inserting him anywhere as long like I don't want to see him. I don't want to see him like interact with Cody and curse Cody. Like not to that level. Keeping him around like the mid card and Intercontinental, like down there, that's fine. You could work with that. It took me down a path today at work. I was watching. I watched like an 8-minute run of Gold Dust being Gold Dust backstage
Mhm.
and how he was trying to get people to break. So I appreciate the comedy in wrestling when it's done the right way.
Yeah, I just think once again he kind of has the small man syndrome because I think if he was about a foot taller, he'd be
Mhm.
the champion. He would have came there, he'd be Sting. in the WWE. He'd be the comedy version of Sting, and everybody would love him, and he would just be beating people up. But because he's so small, but it works to that actually works to his favor because it just
Right.
adds to his character.
Yep.
Him being this small guy, but him just being this he's like a man child, and I
He
love it.
is. What was your two?
My two was Rhea and Jade shaking hands in the middle of the ring. What is like so that segment really apparently everybody hated that segment. The
I wasn't a
internet
big
was
fan.
the internet was nobody was really big fan of the segment, but I loved Rhea's line about Jade being, store built and or just because there was a saying when I was in the army, these Air Force guys, right? The Air Force guys would be huge. Like you see an Air Force guy and he'd be like 250 pounds of just muscle, but couldn't
Right.
fight his way out of a wet paper bag. He'd just be soft as butter and just like a big guy with big traps, but can't even swing his arms. Like he could barely move his arms. Uh, and those guys would get beat up a lot because they just thought they were pretty boys who just built for a show. But I don't think Jade is that. Like I said last week, I
No,
think, I mean, those are cool words coming out of Rhea's mouth, but I don't think Jade is built for show. I think Jade might not, she might not win matches in the UFC, but I'm pretty sure she can
she.
handle herself
Yeah.
in a fight.
Yeah.
As Rhea's going to find out at WrestleMania.
So,
It was an awkward segment, but I enjoyed it.
is there something with shaking with your left hand as opposed to your right hand?
God, I hate that. That's a TV thing. I think that's an entertainment thing because
Okay.
it looks better. It looks more because it I don't know. I hate it.
I
Like they
don't
do
like
that in
it, and I wasn't
movies.
sure. I saw different things online. I saw some things saying that it's the ultimate sign of disrespect, but other things you read say it's a sign of peace and respect. I've
Mm,
never shake I've never shook hands with my left hand. If my right hand's free and someone's coming in for a handshake, I'll give you a fist. Like I'll give you, I won't shake with my left hand just because I've never been taught that.
In most cultures, it is a sign. It like in Middle Eastern cultures and in a lot of cultures, Eastern cultures, you could say if you shake somebody's hand, I mean, they simply would not shake your hand, and then they would think you're disrespecting them. It's a
That's why I was curious about it because I get the way they were facing and it shows better on the camera now that you mention that.
they do that in WWE a lot. Like that's not the first time
I
they've
never
done the
noticed
left
it.
hand.
I
I
never
have.
really noticed it. Okay.
I mean, they don't do it often because a lot of people don't shake hands. But I've seen wrestling matches. They'll start the match off, and at first I thought it was because the camera was mirrored, which makes
Right.
absolutely no sense. But at the same time, it does because it's the entertainment business. Like they do all types of stuff. But then I do think because I've seen that in movies before, and it's like, why would you shake somebody's hand? Like, why would anybody?
Yeah, I don't.
Okay, I mean, maybe that's my take on it. Like, because Jade shook Rhea's hand with her left hand, and then Rhea shook her hand with her right hand, and I was like,
Right.
that's just awkward. It was a very awkward segment, but I like the words.
Okay.
I did like Rhea. Like, I thought they just looked like badasses. Like they both. I mean, even though Jade was wearing like 6-inch heels, but to be taller than Rhea, like I just thought they looked like complete badasses. I enjoyed the segment because it wasn't too much, but at the same time, it got me invested. It got me interested in the match.
Um, my the segment I liked the most was the opening segment. Um, Randy Orton's Randy Orton, and the cheers that Trick is getting, they're on level with the babyface cheers. The crowd loves him. I hear that music in my head all the damn time now. If I'm walking into a room, in my head, I hear those trumpets. I'm not Trick Williams. I don't look like Trick Williams. I don't wear lemon pepper steppers. I don't wear no fur coat. But I hear them horns hit all the time.
My
He's
man,
definitely made it. And if I'm hearing it, he's definitely made an impression on people.
oh for sure. like one, he cracks me up because he had on the fur coat, takes the fur coat off to have another jacket on,
which
and
is
he's
great.
done that multiple times,
Yes.
and it's hilarious.
Yes.
It's so funny because it's so ridiculous, but at the same, like it's subtle, but it's so heel like. It's like I'm so confident, but I'm an idiot.
Yep.
Like
Yep. Yeah.
I love the Bobby Roode, the glorious spinning thing that he comes out on because
Yeah.
I did see it behind the scenes where they were
Yep.
talking about Bobby Roode doing it. I love that because he looks like $1 million.
He
Like
does.
I mean, he just standing there, just like man, like or he looks like $1 million.
He looks like
And
$1 million and he carries himself that way. He's got the confidence and the swag to do it. So it works. I don't
yes,
know how long they're going to run him as a baby face, but the minute they turn him, it's just going to be the same pop, but maybe a little louder.
uh,
I don't want to see them
I don't.
turn him
Yeah, I
too.
don't want it.
He needs to run like the other turn that happened. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. We'll get there.
I before he turns face, I would like to see him go on a heel tag run with Mello. I would like Mello to turn heel.
Do you-
And I don't want those two to be faces. I want them to be heels. I want them to antagonize people for a
See,
while.
that's where I think he might be stronger right now, antagonizing. And the stuff that I've read, like I know I had my theory about Dom leaving Liv and siding with Stephanie. I mean, that probably isn't going to happen. That's just my fantasy booking. But what I
Mm.
keep reading a lot of is that they're going to double turn Trick and Sammy. That
Well,
they're going to flip them,
I
which
almost had Sammy at my number two because I like this progression, but at the same time, it's just too telegraphed, right? Like
yeah,
it's not if, but when. Like
right,
now it's not even subtle anymore. You just see it. It's like Brie Bella, or yeah, Nikki Bella. I'm sorry.
same thing.
These telegraph the tele yeah yes yes this telegraph
Yep,
turn where it's just not subtle anymore, and it's like all
yep.
right, it's gonna happen. Is it gonna happen in Mania? Probably. Like he's probably gonna cost somebody something at WrestleMania,
Unless he has a
and
match
that's
with
fine.
Trick at Mania.
But he might have a match with Trick, but
And
still
then
in
do
that
something.
yeah, and then do something because he's gonna lose that match to Trick
Yep.
and be like, man, I got to do something to get myself like we've seen it. It's a tale as old as time, you
And
know.
that's what makes wrestling work. The only thing is
Yes,
he needs a shirt with a hand hitting a water bottle. Because man, Sammy hates water bottles.
but it's funny because it's like Sammy is acting like we forgot the run before, like we forgot the conspiracy theorists, like we forgot the bloodline run, like oh I would never like
Yep.
dude you were dastardly only but 2 years ago.
Yep.
Like
But
I mean
if
I
they
get it, I get
if
it.
they build it right and they bring in, oh my God, Kevin Owens was right about Cody.
Oh my
Like
god,
if they
please.
do it right, they can get Sammy turned in a way that you actually care that he turned. Because right now, it is so telegraphed. It's just like, please just do it already. Please just do it
Yes,
already.
yes.
Make me care that he's going to turn because he's going to go bad. And then for about a year, he'll be bad. And then by the time he gets to Saudi Arabia, he'll turn again
The
if they
redemption
actually have
story.
WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia still. But they
Well,
say
they
they are.
probably will.
They will.
They probably
That's too
will.
much
They
money.
will.
It's
Yeah,
too much
way too
money.
much money, and by that time,
Yeah.
hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully, we'll
Hopefully
be okay.
will be coming down from
Or
six
they'll be
dollars a
okay.
gallon of gas.
Yeah, touche. Um, yeah. Well, you mentioned Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
He should be the one that comes back and turns Sammy. He
Hey
don't have to
man,
wrestle. He don't have to take
nope.
no bumps. Just show up and be like, hey man,
That's all.
you all right? You remember what Cody did to me? You remember when he stood over my lifeless body as you cradled me like a child?
Yep.
You remember that, Sammy?
All Cody cares about is the belt. That's it.
You know what? It could be wrestling, aka Kenny, I apologize. I apologize for nothing. No.
I can't wait to get to that because I
Oh,
rewatched that.
we're definitely gonna get to that. And what's your number one? Number one
My,
SmackDown
nu-
moment.
my number one, I said, was the opening with Randy and Trick.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You did
What's
say that.
your number one moment?
Well, it was Cody. Like
Okay.
it was, and it wasn't the match. It wasn't Cody winning a title. It was the fact that they pivoted. Like
Right.
it was the fact that one, TKO is telling me they don't care about me, the wrestling fan. They care about me, the patron, to buy tickets.
Yep.
They don't care because Drew versus Cody is a great matchup any day of
Sure.
the week, right? It's a great
Absolutely.
wrestling match. WrestleMania should have great wrestling matches.
Yep.
Randy versus Cody is a better story, right? And that's gonna sell more tickets. It really is. There's no secret. Um, but the pivot, it just lets me know, hopefully, um, that if something is not working, and not say Randy and Drew wouldn't have worked, but if something's not working, hopefully in the future, they won't just let it sink and they'll pivot. Right. I'm hoping because Vince at times will just let things
Yep.
sink instead of pivoting to
Right.
something
Well,
because
Vince was, it's my way or it's the highway. It's going to work.
correct.
And if
I
it
know
doesn't
it's
work,
right.
I'm still going to do it because that's what I
Yes,
want. The
I'm right.
only problem I
You're still,
have
you know,
is, and this seems to be a problem that Triple H has had, and this is definitely Triple H over the last year or so, is the builds to these stories. This is a man that loves long-term storytelling. That was his whole, that was his whole thing, right? You're doing these short, quick builds for these matches in between all of these PLEs that you're cramming together. And if you want to there's no space to really build a story. You didn't really have time to build Drew Randy that would have gotten you your ticket sales, maybe. You see your ticket sales are down. So yeah, you have to pivot as a company now to tell the story that's going to sell the tickets. It's not the story I want to see because you didn't give it to me. That Cody Randy storyline was starting to simmer very quietly in the background.
but you can also blame Cody for this because they
Sure.
shouldn't have put the title. Like, if they were going to do this and they knew they were going to do this, then we shouldn't have put the title on Drew. I
Right.
hate
Now,
saying that, but that is a fact.
they
We should have
knew
built Randy.
they knew Drew was going away to
Yes.
film Highlander. So they
Mhm.
gave Drew this little bump and it was a little here, thank you. Take
I
this
love
for a
it.
couple months. Because Drew was great with the belt. Drew was causing havoc everywhere with the belt. And he had the attitude, and I loved everything about it. I just wish we had it longer.
They should have just made it a multi-man match. Like, instead of giving Cody the shot at SmackDown,
Yep.
Cody should have got interjected into that match in WrestleMania.
Which people still would have complained about, but it would have made more sense.
It would have made
It
more
would have made
sense. But
so
like,
much more sense.
what is there to complain about? Oh, Randy won the limit. So what? Like we rules are made to be broken all the
Yes.
time, right?
And that's
You
what
know,
wrestling does.
Lex Luger and Bret Hart had two matches at WrestleMania to see who was going to fight Yokozuna, and because they lost faith in Lex Luger, he ended up, like, I can't even remember the stipulation, but Bret Hart ended up facing Yokozuna instead of the
Something
Lex
happened
Express.
with Bret Hart facing Yokozuna, and then Hulk Hogan came out and won the belt anyway. It didn't even matter.
Yes,
None of that even
so
mattered. Like you went through all that posturing, and I don't even know if that was a pivot or if that was Vince just going, put the belt on Hogan.
oh no, that was Hogan coming back and, hey,
That was
this is not gonna
Hogan.
work for me, brother.
Right.
Like, this ain't gonna work for me. Um, but that in I spoke about Vince earlier, and as you were speaking about the short term storytelling, that was Vince's thing, though. Vince would plan, like, last WrestleMania was a setup for this WrestleMania. Triple
Sure.
H is not doing that, and I don't. Once again, I don't blame. I'm never going to blame Triple H because I know he has a mind for this business, but the investors don't care. They
No.
want a return on their investment.
Yep.
That's the biggest thing. They want
And now
their money.
you're gonna now you got to see, and I know we'll get into it more as we get closer to WrestleMania. Are you going to give Randy the 15 and then pivot back to Cody because you want Cody to go to Saudi Arabia with the belt? Like you got like that's a planning thing that you have to look at. Like, what are they going to do? But then again, I notice WrestleMania is being kind of cobbled together because of the injuries that are kind of screwing things up.
This is true.
Look, Randy and Cody will put on a great match. That there's no
For
doubt
sure.
about that. I just hope we get nasty Randy at some point. Like I hope Randy pulls out all the stops. Punt Cody's face. Win your belt. Punt him. I know he probably won't because he's too hot right now. On the good side,
I'm confused. I'm confused on where they're gonna go with this. I'm okay with face Randy. Like
sure.
I'm at the top of my game versus you at the top of the game. We're both honorable.
Yep.
I'm okay with that. I'm also okay with Randy. I mean, just obliterate, like turning back into the like cerebral viper and just like, I mean, like shaved head Randy, like the
Yeah.
man, the Patrick Bateman Randy.
Yeah.
Like I'm okay with that too. But we got to get like I need to see something in the next week.
Yeah.
I need you to build it. I don't need
Well,
it to just
they're
happen at
having
WrestleMania and surprise me.
they're having the contract signing this week, I think. So
Oh
we'll see
God.
what happens.
Oh God.
This-
But I mean, I'm excited for it. Drew
sure.
versus Jacob is going to be a great match. I don't understand why people hate multi-man matches at WrestleMania. It's not the main event.
Yeah.
I don't understand why people are so
Well, now
against
it
that
will.
because
Now it'll be the night one main event, right? Like you won't get a women's night one main event. You're gonna because
we
look,
should.
you
We should.
should. You're either Cody needs to go on first, and one of the women matches needs to go on last night one, or you're definitely not doing that night two. That's solid, locked in stone. Punk versus Roman, unless God
Oh
forbid
yeah, for
something
sure.
happens to one of them.
Yeah, for sure. That's as it should be. Like that is the hottest story
Yes.
on either show.
Oh yeah.
But I do think that I've came around. Liv and Stephanie should
Oh,
um
it's at the top. Look at that.
Liv and Stephanie. I'm sorry, I did that. I did that
Oh,
before. I was playing around with it.
that's all right.
Um, but Liv and Stephanie should main event night one. Uh,
100%.
I love the promo that Stephanie cut on Monday. I love the fact that it reminds me of the old school backstage promos that they used to do, but now it's it's cinema, right? Like they spruce it up, they make it look really nice. Um, and I just think Liv deserves it. I think Stephanie deserves it.
You know she hasn't won a WrestleMania match yet.
Who
Liv.
did she beat Ronda Rousey? No, that was a random pay per view.
Yep.
You know how
But
many?
what was did we start the thing? We did the things we liked? Did we do the things we didn't? We didn't do the thing.
No, no.
What was your number 3 thing that you did not like?
Oh, I only have one thing. I didn't want to do too many negatives because we'll be here all day. But the number one thing, the tag team turmoil match, like what are we doing?
I agree.
Like
Yep.
I love the fact that Truth and Damian are going to win the tag team titles at WrestleMania because that
Yep.
is for sure going to happen because I
100%.
love our Truth. Um, but that tag team gauntlet match could have stayed at home. That could have been an email.
Yep.
Um, I feel bad for the Motor City Machine. I was about to call them Motor Shitty Machine Guns, but the Motor City Machine. I feel bad for them because they're such a talented team, and they came out. Everybody, their theme song is "Raise Your Fist" or whatever it is. People were sitting on their hands. They came out to no fanfare, and they were one of the most over tag teams in every wrestling scene. I mean, that's also 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So,
They've
I
also
mean,
been on the sideline and relegated to comedic segments backstage lately. Like that's all they're doing. They're not.
that
They came out of the. They came out of the gun hot, and then they just put them on ice after that.
Well, that was because they have booked the entire tag team division. After once again the 6-pack challenge last year, before that it was shenanigans. Like, and I love that. Like that actually reinvigorated the tag team scene. And then they had that match, and then they just buried it. It was just like that happened. They might have had one or two more matches after that, and tag teams just went away. We still haven't seen the Street Profits. Like,
No,
where are the profits? Like,
it's weird. Like they were the first ones eliminated in this thing, right? And then it just
and I knew truth. Once they said they were in this thing, I was
sure,
like, okay, they're going to WrestleMania. And as they should, right? Damian
sure,
Priest deserves to be on a card. Our Truth for sure deserves to be on a card.
and they're good
Uh,
together.
but oh yeah, the MFTs are the tag team champions. I could care less. Care less about this match.
They won't. No, I just want to see Truth and Damian win together because the last time Truth won, he was not tag team champions in the Judgment Day.
He was
Tag
tag
team
team
champions
champions
with the
with the
Miz,
Miz.
right? But he thought he was in the Judgment Day. So,
Yes.
and I want them to comment on the Judgment Day stuff on Friday night.
Uh, maybe they will.
Listen,
Maybe.
I like that, Kenny. Night one open with Liv and Steph and end with Rhea and Jade. Listen, that'd be unprecedented for them because now you're opening night two with Cody Randy and finishing with I like it, but they're never going to do that.
See, my thing is people. I very rarely agree with the internet community, but if you win the Royal Rumble, you should main event, right? That's what winning the Royal Rumble is supposed to signify. You main event of WrestleMania, whether it be night one or night two. Roman Reigns won the men's Royal Rumble. The last few winners of the women's Royal Rumble have never main evented. Like, give them a shot. Give them a shot.
I agree.
Like, I think night one should open with Cody and Randy, and then end with Liv and Stephanie, and then night two should open with Jade and Rhea, and then end with Roman and Punk.
That works.
Either way, either way, I just at some point we have to give the woman a shot, and it don't need to be next year when Ronda Rousey shows back up after she gets knocked out by Gina Carano in some
Oh,
weird random Netflix fight. Um,
absolutely getting knocked
and
out.
and
by
then
Gina
Becky
Carano.
and then Becky and Ronda run it back next year, and then that's how we get women in the main event again. I don't want to see that.
Gina's
So
got
let's
all
do
that pent up Disney anger that she's just going to unleash on Ronda.
that pent up right wing anger. I get it.
That's
I get it. I get it.
uh-huh.
So what was your negatives on
It
SmackDown?
was the 6-pack challenge, the
Yeah.
turmoil or whatever the hell you want to call it. It was I didn't really hate anything else on SmackDown, believe it or not. Like you said, it was actually a pretty solid show.
Yeah.
Uh, I I didn't hate it. I don't think I have a hockey game this Friday, and I definitely am not going out to see anybody because I've peopled the last 2 Fridays in a row, and I don't need to people again for a little while. Too much in
Yeah.
public.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. I will definitely be at home, probably playing WWE 2K again while SmackDown's on. Because
Oh, MLB The Show early release comes Friday, so I will definitely be playing that while watching SmackDown.
I respect that. I think I'm skipping this year on MLB The Show. I think I'm all showed out.
I've,
I do. I've hit my point. Um, but that was SmackDown.
that was
Overall, like good show, solid show. Um, I they have so many great tag teams, or they have great tag teams. Figure out how to do something with them. It's
yep,
not their fault. They're gonna put on good matches no matter what, but you have to make us care about them.
yep.
You just
And
have
they
to.
had us caring about them at one point.
They
They
did.
had us when Nick
They
Aldis
did.
was back there drawing drawing his thing. I cared then. And again, Kenny's right. They made a whole new tag team with Damian and R-Truth instead of sticking the Street Profits in there. I don't know what they're doing with the Street Profits.
I don't think. I mean, I
They're
don't think the
so
Street
fun to
Profits is the
watch.
answer. They
No, but
are.
they're fun to watch, and even if they're break them up, bring them in the division, do something. That'd be
They
fun.
have to do something. That would be.
Put them
They
with
they have
Paul
to do
Heyman would
something
be
though.
good. They
for
do.
sure. They have to do something. And I don't think it's their fault. I just think the writing, they're not writing these teams. They're not giving them anything to work with. They're just sending them out there, have a good match, and people will get behind you. That doesn't work anymore. Like that's not WWE wrestling.
No.
That might be AEW wrestling, but I mean, that doesn't even work there. People have a great match, and then you won't see them again for 5 weeks.
Yep.
But yeah, they just have to
And you
give
got
them
a
something.
3-hour show. You got a
Yes,
3-hour show.
you
Do
got time.
something.
You got plenty of time. There's a
Yep.
lot of commercial. That is something I know. There's a lot of commercial time in those 3 hours.
There is.
Lots of
Even
commercial
watching
time.
it on a VPN.
Correct. Because yeah, you just listen to that music for like, yeah, it's a lot of commercial time. So 3 hours really is like 2 hours of TV
Yep.
because you're gonna spend a good hour of commercials. Um, but this is just on the writing. I know you guys are watching. I know you guys are listening. Just figure out something to do with the tag team wrestling, and bringing Truth and Damian together doesn't reinvigorate the tag team division. It's just going to give them a title. It's going to be a cute moment at WrestleMania, and then they'll probably lose. They'll probably lose the title to the Street Profits after WrestleMania.
I
Like
mean,
that's probably going to happen. And I mean, cool. Truth deserves every WrestleMania moment he can get, but yeah. Yeah. Any other final thoughts on SmackDown?
no, not
Okay.
this week.
I mean, yeah, it was a good show. Moving on to Raw. Moving on to Raw. What were your top moments on Raw, starting with number 3?
Number 3. I again, I had to cobble this together pretty quick. I haven't really had time to like simmer over it.
Mhm.
I'm gonna put the opening segment at 3 because of how absurd it was. I enjoyed it, but oh my god, was it absurd! The Keystone Cops running around.
Every
If you ever played that game, you know, when you go to a ballpark or when you're just watching on TV where they showed a little thing on the screen and then they swish it around. It was easy to keep track of Seth Rollins, except when the big guy got in the way, which was the most hilarious of all the masked men. It's like literally they got everybody in the locker room and went, "Yo, guys, go have fun out
put a
there.
yeah,
Here,
yes.
Oba, go be a masked man tonight."
I did once again. It was absurd. I stopped paying it. Like I was. It was just like all these masked people in there. It looked so goofy.
It was
I lost
so
it.
over the top goofy, but the words between Pierce and Seth not saying anything, and Seth looking a lot more serious. No flamboyance. No whoa. The crowd doing the whoa, whoa, whoa. Got a kind of a smirk from him, but he's not smiling. He's serious, Seth. And I like the changing character, although I do really love flamboyant dancing around Seth. But I'm interested to see where they go. I know they're really just kind of stalling to see if Braun's going to be okay enough to wrestle, because that kind of is a linchpin for other matches to happen.
Yeah, I mean, keep telling the story. If it to me, if it doesn't happen at WrestleMania,
Right.
um, I don't want them to rush Braun back to
No,
then get
no.
a very quick match where it just like I don't want that to happen. I need Braun at 100%. I need Seth at 100%, and let them go out there and cook. They can keep the story going. They don't have to get in it. They don't. They could do something at WrestleMania, and it doesn't have to be a match. Um, I know they want a match,
Yeah.
but I don't think that match is going to sell that 8,000 tickets that they're short, or at
No,
least they're
not
probably
even a
not
little bit.
short 8,000 anymore. But I don't think that match takes WrestleMania from good to great,
No.
like because especially if they're not healthy. Um, so I mean, just keep the story going. Let them both get healthy, but let's get rid of these masks, man. We can't do this every week.
We can't.
Like,
This was fun. But I think
Yes,
this was the top of the line that you can go with this. We
I
get it.
hope.
We
I
get
hope. Like I get having like 5 or 6 of them, but like it was
it.
like 30 of them running around.
It
Like
was
that
literally
shit,
half
that
the
was
locker
goofy.
room was out there running around and doing goofy shit. And again, as hilarious as it was, and again, the bigger guy running around pretending to be one of the masked men that could be Seth Rollins
I mean, he
is
could have
just
been.
it's
Could have
absurd
been Seth.
wrestling, and that's where that's yeah. What
Could
about
have.
you?
He could have been
Where are
Seth.
you at?
My number 3 was absurd wrestling. It was Danhausen throwing
Okay.
t-shirts out there, and then the lights going out, and then Danhausen running to the back. That was so funny. Like that was hilarious.
He literally threw all the t-shirts at one guy.
buy my sh- buy buy my shirts. You could get them if you didn't get a free one here, you could go to www.shop.com and buy my shirts,
I
or else you'll be cursed. Hilarious. Like this guy, he is truly gold. But the run to the back, like they all the lights out, and he just put the lights on, and he's booking it to the back. Hilarious. That made my night.
yeah.
Great segment. Danhausen is just gold. He's print
I
money.
and he's a free agent technically, so he's not listed to either brand, so he can
I
bounce
didn't
back
like
and
that.
forth.
I didn't like that at first until I'm seeing that, like he is. I think he's gonna stay a free. I think he's just gonna be the guy who goes between shows and
Yep.
just gets a pop every week
You know
from
what?
everywhere he's at.
The funniest part of that Danhausen segment is it was a commercial break.
Yes,
So the
yes,
live the people watching on USA didn't get to see that.
that's unfortunate
It
because it
sucks
was
for you
funny.
guys.
It does suck. It does suck for them. Um, what about your number 3?
Number 2, wait, did I say? Yeah,
No.
the opening segment was my number
Oh
3.
yeah, you did say.
Yeah,
Oh
so
man,
my number 2
number
is
2.
actually the gauntlet match for the women. I thought the
Okay,
gauntlet match for the women was great.
okay.
I thought there was some amazing. Asuka and Bailey have amazing chemistry together. Bailey
Yes.
winning was a little bit of a shock because I really didn't think they were going to put it on her. I honestly thought that Ivy Nile had a shot at first. I thought, oh my God, they're going to do it.
I thought about that,
I,
but wrestling
yep,
fans are so silly
yep,
because you have Ivy Now is a great wrestler, right? She. I was about to say she's not Maxine. She's not Maxine,
no,
right? And Maxine's a good wrestler. Maxine can get in there and go, but Ivy now can actually get in there and go. She doesn't have a character, right?
no.
She doesn't. They do nothing with her. She's just there with the creeds every now and then. She's just there with Chad when Chad was still around. They've given her nothing. She should have been the Maxine character with Natty. I think her and Natty should have had
That
that
would have
feud
been a good story.
because they could have had some just knockdown, drag out brawls, right?
Yep.
Maxine's come back and she attacked Natty during a commercial break, and that was cool. But
It almost feels like you got to treat Maxine though with like kid gloves because Natty would break her in half. Like I feel like if Natty went full speed on Maxine, she'd break her in half. If Natty went full speed on Ivy, Ivy could handle it and give it back to her at full speed. I like that.
correct. And I thought the Natty segment was brilliant. That did not make my top 3, but the Natty segment, I spent so many years shaking my ass instead of
Yep.
kicking ass like that or having people kiss my ass. That was a great line. And I said this for a while, like I wanted that low key legend on Raw, and we got her. And I mean, they're doing really good by her so far because she hasn't looked weak at all in
No,
any of the times. Getting jumped from behind don't make you look weak.
no.
But yeah, the turmoil match was great. Bailey versus AJ Lee. Bailey, the disrespect they put on Bailey's name, as if like it was a shocking win, but people are acting like they're upset to see Bailey versus AJ Lee. Like what? It's Bailey versus like the Bailey is one of the greatest women wrestlers of all time.
all time.
Like she is top 5 in my book personally. So her versus AJ Lee, she might not win. My idea is to have her win, and then have Becky cost her, and then we get Bayley and Lyra for the Intercontinental title this year, which we should have got last year. And then we get Becky versus AJ. They don't need the belt to make their match. Like this match is already personal enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just I want to see this match. I mean, Bayley's gonna have to carry AJ because
100%.
like Bayley is just a superior wrestler. But
by far.
The disrespect on her name is always crazy to me. But her and Asuka just cook. Like they could main event WrestleMania and have the best match on the show.
Yep.
Like for sure.
100%.
And what about your? Go ahead.
No, my top, and I had to go back and watch this again to really get it all, because I was kind of half watching it. The Punk and Uso segment was brilliant. It was so well done, and I didn't get it while I was watching it. That's what we were going back and forth, and Zach was in the chat, and Kenny, and we were kind of going back and forth, and I was, yeah, Punk should apologize. And then I watched it back again, and no, he shouldn't have apologized. They played it right. Punk deflected the question, basically, and put it all back on Roman, which is what he has to do with Roman not being there. But the only thing I'm worried about is I do not need to see the Bloodline 2.0 right now. I love them together, but if you're going to bring Roman back and the Usos back, like Jey Uso was great Monday night, better than he has been. Serious angry Jey. I like Yeaton Jey. Serious angry Jey gets to the ring much faster. Even if he's doing his little crouch walk, still gets there faster. You can bring Jacob in with the two of them and Roman and give yourselves another Bloodline. We did that. It was lightning in a bottle and it was magic. We don't need to go back to it for crowd reaction.
I don't think that's the plan. I think this was just kind of a because Roman wasn't there type
right. Now,
I do think that this was a Roman.
If Roman comes back Monday and is mad at them for stepping up that way, that's a way you could go. But Roman's always been about family. What I don't need in any way, shape, or form is Dwayne to show up at all this month.
I don't think he will.
I hope not, because once you start bringing family into it, look, if Dominic Toretto shows up, I'm okay. We're talking about family. If Dominic Toretto shows up, we're cool.
I do think at some point we are going to get Zilla getting called up.
Okay.
I mean, not called up, but like I do think at some point Zilla is going to show up. I don't think he's going to get interjected into this storyline. I hope that that's not the end of WrestleMania with Roman using another family member. I mean, then again, I'm not mad at it. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if we get another tribal chief, but just like him and Zilla, him and somebody else, not an entire faction, just him and some muscle. And that could be, the tribal chief coming back and us getting heel Roman, because I don't think we're going to get heel Punk.
I don't think we're going to get a heel Punk. I think Punk's heel days are over. I think Punk's championship reign is over.
I mean, he's always a heel in my book, but okay. Not apologizing was very heel-like to me.
It's 100%, but he doesn't normally. I don't think he ever actually apologizes for shit anyway.
No, of course not.
And
why would you, for leaving the business for 12 years and having people chant CM Punk forever? You know what? As I was driving home, I thought to myself, why do I hate CM Punk? Because I used to love CM Punk. Straight as society, CM Punk was my favorite. Like when he shaved Serena Deeb's head and he was going around with Festus and turned him to Luke Gallows and turned him into the guy that or it wasn't Luke Gallows. What was his name when he changed from Festus? It was something else. I don't think he went by his real name. Uh but but either way, I was a CM Punk fan from early on. Like huge CM Punk. And when he left, I am like Seth. I was hurt because you had people chanting for 10 years, chanting CM Punk. I hated that. And he turned his back on the business. He turned it back on me personally. That's why I dislike CM Punk. And because you
That's
won't
fair.
apologize, that's just who you are. And I like that he didn't because that's his character. That's who he
Right.
and I don't even think it's a character. I honestly think it's Phil. I
It,
think that's who he is as a person. I don't
it
think
might
he's
be.
very quick to apologize to anybody. And there's nothing wrong with that. You
No,
know, do what you do. I mean,
I
but
agree with what
when you
Kenny
get
said.
punched in the face,
I also do think Lyra's turning on Bailey. If not this week, definitely soon.
it won't hurt her to
No,
turn heel. It will
no.
help her more than anything. And then, of course, having another run with Bailey in the ring is gonna just help because they have awesome chemistry as well.
Yep.
Um,
What about
I
your?
did I didn't hit my number two
No. Yeah. I
because
was
my
just
number one is Punk and the Usos
okay.
because I like seeing Punk get punched in the face.
Yep. Fair.
But the Judgment Day imploding finally. It wasn't over the top. It wasn't too much. But man, Finn is so good. Like once again, the disrespect on Bailey's name is crazy, but the disrespect on Finn's name is insane.
I,
Like people just
I
people just
had that
forget.
as a negative only because it's a year later than it should have been.
Yeah, I
It's a
mean,
great. It was a great moment, and Finn again with the fake out, taking the jacket off, and the Pele kick to Dom's head. And just when you think the Judgment Day is about to implode and be over, these MFers come together like a family, and JD sticking with the Judgment Day. There are there is now one original Judgment Day member left. That is your the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time, who should regain his belt at some point. Um,
well, I mean, Don wasn't an original Judgment Day member, but I get what
no,
you're saying.
right. Um, Damien's tweet afterwards was great. Sucks, don't it?
Good times, good times. I just it was time. It's
Yeah,
been time. But I think Finn is so hot right now. Like I think people are finally coming around to Finn.
I hope so.
And I mean they shouldn't have to, but they do. Every now and then you got to be reminded how great of a wrestler he is, how great of a talker he is. Like he can do everything. He is a
Yep.
5 tool player, as they say.
Yes, he is.
And him and Dom, that might be the match of WrestleMania. That might be the best match of WrestleMania.
What do you think about? And I think I was listening to. I think it was Sam Roberts. I was listening to.
Mhm.
Um, what do you think about them announcing the Finn versus Dom match? And we do the Finn versus Dom, Finn versus Dom, Finn versus Dom. Then we get to WrestleMania. Dom comes out. And then as Finn's about to come out, you just hear the heartbeat start. Without
So
without pre-announcing it, without tipping it off, you come back as the demon at WrestleMania without giving it away. Like when you give it away ahead of time, I think it's going to lose it's going to lose everything. That needs to be the shock if he does it.
so here's my issue with Finn Balor and the Demon. If you're gonna bring the Demon out, one thing he did when he was in New Japan, the Demon would be different every time he came out. It wouldn't be
Okay.
the same. My when they did WrestleMania in Jerry World at AT&T,
Mm-hmm.
I think he was injured because he wasn't on that WrestleMania card. I was like, I want to see the Demon at AT&T Stadium. They
Yeah.
went back a few years later and he did the Demon and it was so weak because he came out doing the exact same thing. Spruce it up.
Was
Give
that
me
the
some.
purple demon?
I don't remember, but it
The
was
last time he came out, I think he was purple.
okay. I don't remember the colors. Like when he was in New Japan, he came out as the Joker. He came out as Venom. He came out of all these
Oh
different
shit.
characters. Every time he came out of the Demon, it was a different thing. I mean, of course, he can't. I don't think he could do it in New Japan either. I mean, but then again, Rey Mysterio comes out in everybody. Like as long as you don't call yourself the Joker, it's okay.
They Marvel actually reached out to WWE at some point and told him to like, yo, chill. He's got
Just
to
chill.
chill with that. Yeah.
I mean, because like Swerve comes out, Swerve came out of Static Shock in one of the PLE. Like you can do, like you just it's inspiration, right? You're not coming out as that character, but like Finn would do different things. Like every time the Demon came out, it was a spectacle because it was something different. He didn't come out doing. Now the music might be the same, but like his presentation, he came out of a coffin one year. Like it was dope because like in Wrestle Kingdom, much like WrestleMania, they always put out these elaborate entrances. And like to do the same thing, I don't want to see that. I want to see him do something innovative and like something new with the demon character that we haven't seen
Right.
before. If you're gonna do the same, hands up thing, I mean, cool. People gonna pop, but like, where's the fun in that? like John Cena used to put on Triple H puts on entrances at WrestleMania. I want to see a WrestleMania entrance
We
this year.
haven't really seen a
Oh,
I mean, okay. Philly had a couple interesting Seth Rollins and the Mummers was cool. Roman Reigns with the orchestra was cool. But there hasn't been a Triple H like entrance in a really long time that I can think of. You know,
yeah,
Cody
they don't.
comes out with the mask, but he takes the mask off and walks to the stage like
Yeah,
normal.
yeah. That's,
It's not the Triple H on the motorcycle and Triple H coming up in the throne and like that's you know
it ain't Motorhead playing. That's my
no.
like that's one of my favorite ones, man. With Triple H sitting on the throne and Motorhead, holy
I mean
man, listen.
they had uh Disturbed played Degeneration X out before. Like they've done some great thing. Listen, Naomi's dad playing her out was friggin' awesome. Okay.
Yes,
That's
yes.
awesome.
Like
And I think
like
Rhea had a band, right?
yeah,
Rhea had a
Rhea
band.
had the band player song,
But there really
but
hasn't been a like wow me entrance. Like
I,
Tiffany's entrance at Vegas wasn't was okay. You know, Barbie doll was
eh,
all right. It was
we
okay.
didn't have it. I mean, she didn't fall out of a box of bootios. That's one of
It
my
did
favorite
not fall out
entrances,
of
bro.
box of bootios.
Like that was great. That was
And that
great.
would work for her. Bailey falling out of box of bootios would be great because Bailey got a badunkadunk.
For sure, for sure. BBL Bailey. Um, uh, so speaking of New Day falling out of a box, and before we get to any negatives, we're definitely gonna wrap this up pretty quick.
Yeah, yeah.
But Javon and Kofi,
Listen,
thoughts on that? Because
I love it. Now,
me too.
let me ask you, does Kofi turn with Javon? Like, because Kofi's a bad guy right now, right? And Javon's pretty much a good guy. Would
Yes.
Kofi come back to the light with Javon and
No.
kick Grayson to the curb, or do you bring
No.
Javon to the dark side?
We bring Javon to the dark
Okay.
side. We
Okay.
give Javon like Javon's over,
Yeah, yeah.
but like I think a heel Javon would be like not as over as Trick, but I
Yeah.
think like with the right, like get Grayson Waller out of there. We
Mhm.
get the New Day with Javon Evans, like a bunch of slimy heels, but could still bang in the ring. Like they could still go. Um, I just I'm probably the only person who thinks that this is a good idea of him being a heel, but I
I,
think
I don't
like
hate it.
what the New Day did, not this New Day, because they're just not being written. Like
Right.
when they show up on screen, they're entertaining. Kofi's
Sure.
always entertaining, but they just don't get on enough shows. I think with an injection of youth in there that's not named Grayson Waller. I think that we get them back on this TV show. We get them in high level spots. We put a title on Xavier Woods and like have them just be heels and do heelish things and just get a ton of heat. And then you turn them all back, and then Javon becomes the biggest baby face on Raw.
I'm
Just like Kofi
I
Mania, we
love it.
get Javon Mania because he's so young,
Yeah,
and then Oba just obliterates him when he when he turns like, and then we have a comeback, and then we have Javon building up to finally beat Oba Femi at WrestleMania 50 or something like
I
that,
love
like
it.
some like 4 or 5 years from now. You
I love
know,
it.
I thought that was probably one of the most interesting things on Raw
It
was
definitely was.
Kofi. The way Kofi spoke to him, I was like, oh, they got plans. Like
Yeah,
this is not a one off. This is
no,
this is a planned thing
they're cooking something.
for sure, for sure. And I loved it. Any negatives?
The
Like you
only
said,
negative,
the Judgment
only,
Day thing.
well, I mean, the only real negative didn't actually happen on Raw, but happened in the world of rumors and what I posted in the chat to throw this out there because I know your feelings on it and I know Kenny's feelings on it. But the rumor that Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar are pitching for Brock Lesnar not to lose again until he retires and not lose his retirement match.
Who does that help?
Well,
Like
that's what I'm saying is
what does that serve? Like what is
a,
that? Where does that
so
get
if
you?
a friend of mine said he hates the wrestlers that go out losing because he doesn't think it helps either. And I kind of agree, but I kind of disagree at the same time. It's situational to me.
Yeah,
John Cena tapping out helped Gunther, but for years of never give up, you know what I mean? It's not going to hurt John Cena at this point because he's done, he's out,
yeah,
you know.
yeah,
But Brock Lesnar not losing only helps Brock Lesnar. It doesn't help the business at all. You're making
yeah.
okay, so you're saying that Brock Lesnar was the most beast, the beast incarnate. The beast is the best, and then it go okay, but him losing his last match can still tell that same exact story, but at the same time helping the person. The Undertaker picked him to break the streak. Well, Vince picked him, but the
I was
Undertaker
gonna say,
okayed
I
it.
would say the Undertaker did
But
not
the
pick him to
Undertaker
break it.
okayed it, and that helped Brock. I don't like the fact that I don't like that. I look at that as a huge negative.
I would love to see Brock Lesnar go undefeated until his last match. Like that, like I mean, go on a just once again, like if he has a year left, go on a year long, I mean, just obliteration streak.
That yes,
And then his last match, I mean, the guy he's obliterated, like say for instance, Sami Zayn, right? And then Sammy gets like, I mean, it has to be a smaller guy. Like I think a smaller guy works, but Javon Evans, right? Just throw Javon Evans around for like 50 minutes. And then Javon just finds a way to win. You know how crazy, you know how elevated he'd be. LA Knight, right? LA Knight beating Brock Lesnar in his last match. That will elevate him. I mean, Triple H hates LA Knight, but like
he
anybody
does.
beating Brock Lesnar in his last match after he's won like 50 straight matches, he just goes out and obliterates everybody, and then he finds that one guy he can't. And whoever that guy is, whether it be Gunther, Oba Femi, somebody in NXT, Tony D'Angelo coming up, like anybody coming up and just beat Ricky Saints, like it don't matter. I
Do
don't
you
want it
think
to be
they would?
Cody.
Do you think they would do the year long thing and then just feed him to Gunther? Because Gunther doesn't really need that at this point either. But
I mean, he don't need it, but it won't hurt.
no,
Like it
not at
won't
all.
hurt for him to choke Brock Lesnar out. It'll get more heat on him. Whether
I can't see Brock
Brock
Lesnar
isn't
going out as
no,
in a
no,
singles
no.
match.
I think no. Brock will probably actually really hurt him if, like, I feel like Brock would like just like, hey, you think you could beat? No, like I don't
you
want
know
to
what
see
would
that because
you
that
know what would
make
be a good ending for Brock?
What's
Beat
that?
him until he can't get up. Make it that. Make it that. If you're going to beat him, you're not going to get the pin on him, but you're going to beat him till he can't stand up. That's a way you could send him out and elevate someone so high at the same time.
Either way.
Hornswoggle. Hornswoggle chopping at his knees for half an hour. I'm in.
However you do it, however you do it, I just think I'm okay with him like not losing a match,
Sure.
but he has to lose. Like you have to. It helps nobody
Exactly.
if he just beats him because just saying you got in like this whole challenge of just saying you got in the ring with Brock Lesnar means absolutely nothing because nobody's going to remember that person. Now, all of the people who wrestled the Undertaker because he had the streak was totally different. I
Right.
remember it. I even remember Giant Gonzalez. That's the only reason people remember Giant Gonzalez is because he's one of the 21 and 1. You know, like he's one of those.
Yep.
But nobody's gonna this is not the Undertaker. Brock Lesnar's not the Undertaker.
No.
That he doesn't have a streak. Just saying you got in the ring with Brock Lesnar, that's cool because as a wrestler, you want to be able to say you got in the ring with Brock Lesnar. But as a fan, who
It's
cares?
it's going to be Oba most likely.
I mean, he's going like I'm 99% sure he's gonna beat over at WrestleMania, and that's gonna be the wrong call.
Yep.
Like it's
Yep.
gonna be the wrong call.
Yep.
I don't think they're
You're
gonna
not
have Oba
helping
go
Oba.
over him
You're not helping yourself, and you're not helping Oba at all.
unless he goes back next year and beats him. Like unless Brock Lesnar goes on a year long run, and then Oba said, "You know what? I want my pound of flesh," and he gets him next year. That
Or
makes sense.
or you have a good match, you realize you can't pin him, and you have to hit him with something, a chair or something, to get disqualified. That protects them both. But that's also showing that, hey, I could not beat him the normal way. And it helps Oba go up a little bit more than,
I
you
don't think
know,
that. I don't think that. I don't think that helps Oba. Like I don't think because you what do you say when you come? Because he's not really a heel. Like
who,
so
Brock?
coming out Oba,
Oh
like
no. What I'm saying is Oba and Brock have this great match. Brock tries to pin Oba. Oba kicks out. Brock tries to pin Oba.
oh, you
He
mean
hits him with
Brock hitting him?
Brock
Okay,
hits
yeah,
Oba with a chair, or Heyman throws something to him because Brock can't beat Oba
yeah,
by a
okay,
1, 2, 3 pin. There's where you're helping Oba because
yes,
now I got to use a foreign object to take this man out.
but I mean,
LA Knight's
it.
43.
I mean, he's not gonna win a title. Give him something.
Damn.
Like give him like triple.
He's gonna get another Slim Jim match. That's what he's
Maybe,
gonna get.
maybe. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that at all. Um, Brock not
No, I don't
losing
like that
any
either.
other matches
No.
because that's not going to build him. Brock does. He already has the mystique. He's already the beast. He's already a legend. He could retire right now,
Yep.
and they'll put him in the Hall of Fame this WrestleMania, and his legacy is already cemented. Like he's actually doing himself more of a disservice still wrestling because he's not really helping anybody. Going in the ring and beating up John Cena for 20 minutes. That's truly all I remember about Brock Lesnar was just him just obliterating John Cena. And who needed that? That was a waste of my time.
Yep.
Like and that's what I feel like this run right now. You show up, you beat some guy up. So what? Like you're not helping and there are Brock Lesnar fans. There are people who love Brock, like there are people who legitimately love Brock Lesnar and bless you guys. Like you Brock Lesnar fans, good for y'all. Y'all guy wins every week. That's cool. Oh, he wins whenever he shows up. But that's not really like he's really not putting butts in seats
I
anymore.
was a fan up until the Cena thing. Like I was happy when Brock came back up until the Cena thing. After the Cena thing, I was just like,
What
oh,
are we doing? Yeah, like what are we
why?
doing?
Now you come out and you got Paul Heyman saying stuff, and okay, you got an open challenge. Everybody gets it. You get an open challenge now. You got an open challenge over here. You're going to do an open challenge over here.
I just think it's like if Brock just comes out and beats somebody up and like I want to fight you, I'd rather that than this open
Yep.
challenge thing. Just come out like Oba just like you're racing too close to the sun, Oba. I'm just gonna come out F5 you. Like and I want you. Like that's Brock is a gunslinger, right?
Yep.
Like go out there and just F5 somebody like he did when he first came out. Go out the way you came in.
100%.
Just start F5ing people. Like I'm still the guy. I respect that more than Paul talking. But that is enough of us talking because you have to get ready for your game.
Got a champion. Game 1 of the championship tonight.
That's what I'm talking. You're gonna win. Y'all gonna win. I mean, I hope your knee is okay.
I hope so too.
I hope
It
your
hurts.
knee's okay.
It hurts.
But we're on the road to WrestleMania. We're getting close. This Friday, WWE 2K26 officially comes out.
Nice.
People are gonna be very upset. They dropped a patch today to fix one of the spams that people were doing.
Fix the one you already finished?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they fixed that today. So people are really going to be upset when they get the game and have to actually grind. But I am going to compile a review of the game to try to drop before Friday, probably on the channel.
Cool.
Just putting together some gameplay and putting together my thoughts for this game. But until next week, hopefully we have another good week of wrestling, and hopefully we come back next week and we got a champion on the show.
I hope so. I just hope the game isn't Monday night.
I hope so too. But the good thing is you could always catch it on Netflix. But until next time, we'll catch you later on the island of Relevancy. And thank you so much once again, Kenny, for showing up. Matt, because CM Punk got slapped, he did not show up. He did not get in the chat. He's still mourning. And he refuses to apologize to us for being a CM Punk fan.